Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Thursday, January 16th, 2025. I, of course, am here with your daily mortgage rate update, the only place on the web where you get to join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Now, how come y'all did not tell me yesterday that my audio was so far away? Are you guys hearing me good now? Is this the mic? Let me double check the settings. At some point, it jumped over to using a monitor mic, and I happened to catch part of my replay yesterday, and I was like, why do I sound so far away? Just one of those things where it kind of reset itself. Isn't that always a pain in the neck? So anyway, good morning, y'all. Great to have you here. Remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. If you're here this morning, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here through the day. Let Facebook and YouTube know that you were here. I appreciate you doing that. Don't forget, whether you're here live or on the replay, don't forget to smash that like button, tag an LO friend, share this post in a group. If you're on YouTube, go ahead. Make sure you give it that thumbs up and subscribe. Let's go ahead and say hi to live folks. Who do we got here this morning? How y'all doing? We've got we got Mrs. Deb Dickinson. First one to say hello. Good morning, Deb. We got Mallory Fotiadis. Great to see you, my friend Yasmin Martin. Hello. We've got Bobby Searson and Glenn Boussard. Hello, my friends. Megan Lindbergh. Great to have you here. Angela Walters. Yes, thank y'all, Glenn, Angela, for letting me know that the audio is better. So perfect. Mike Morano. Good morning, sir. Don't like our new sheriff. Who's the new sheriff? What did I post? Did I say something? I forgot. I don't know what that one means, Morano. You're gonna have to let me know. I do know that Basent is being grilled today, but I don't think he'll have any trouble. He's the one that's been tagged for Treasury Secretary. I think he will come into play. Good morning, Mr. Ron Siegel. Today, National Fig Newton Day. I am all about those fig. Now I'm in the mood for fig Newtons. I haven't had a fig Newton in years. Who else remembers fig Newtons? Who likes fig Newtons? Let me know in the comments. Anyone else remember fig Newtons? I liked them with milk. Now I want one. Now I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some fig Newtons. They're probably terrible, probably high in calories. They're gonna keep me fat. Thanks a lot, Siegel. I appreciate that. Ron said, I thought you were using the iPhone mic. Yeah, not on purpose. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because I hear myself so far away yesterday, and I have the regular big mic right in front of me. I thought that's what it worked. It just changed settings. You know how it does, technology. Good morning, Amy Blaser, Rob Stewart. Great to have you all here. Kenny Rivard. Good to see you, Colin Jordan. Yes, definitely will eat a fig Newton. I'm not eating Wayne Newton, and we'll leave it at that, my friend. Ron Siegel likes fig Newtons. Who else likes fig Newtons? Mallory Fotiadis. I do. My nanny bought them in bulk from the commissary. We buy them for our kiddos now. They still have them right in the yellow package. They probably haven't changed any of that. It's probably the same damn thing. Julie Lawrence, yuck. My grandpa loved them. I appreciate them now due to nostalgia, but hated them as a kid. I liked them. I always liked them. So, all right. Well, if you're here this morning, say good morning. Amy said, I love fig Newtons, but with milk? Yeah, of course with milk. Like, I didn't have to dip them, but, I have to drink something with everything that I eat. So I always liked it with milk. Deb Dickinson says they are yummy. Mike Steele eats plain figs. Yeah, I guess it's not a bad thing to do either, huh? So, all right, let's dive in, y'all. Let's get into the good stuff. Again, thank you for joining me. Remember, if you would like a reminder that I am going live each and every weekday morning, you could sign up at hmmr.io/reminder or use this cool QR code over here with your phone and take a picture of it. That'll take you to the same place, and you can sign up. Just get a text reminder that I'm going live with the links. If you don't want to depend on the platforms to notify you that I am live. So anyway, let's get that out of the way. Let's get into the other stuff that we got going on this morning. Hold on. Let's see. So quick recap, take a look down here in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. You'll see yesterday, look at this. We had this big jump up for the relief rally that happened when the CPI data came out. We talked about that yesterday, but things did hold through the day. Bonds were basically flat through the day after that CPI relief rally. I had talked about that. We were going to test. I'm going to play with this a little bit. I don't know why I haven't used this more. So I'm going to zoom in on that. I talked about the fact that we were very likely testing right here, this line. Hey, why did you not? Oh, I got to do it like this way. And let me make it yellow. So I don't know why it defaults to blue. Blue's a terrible color. So what else can I do here? Can I point to things or draw with things? So yeah, we'll do this. So taking a look here, and let me change this to yellow. There you go. They should all default to yellow, but taking a look here at this spot here, I can't move the arrow, so but that's the resistance level. Yesterday, you could see that we did break above it just a little bit. I wonder if I could control Z. Yeah, here you go, and remove that, right? So right here, yesterday, we did break above it just a little bit. However, not enough to convincingly be excited about it. And then this morning, we are. That didn't come out at all well. This morning, here we are, this candlestick, and you can see we are back below that line. So there is some technical resistance to improving from here. However, rate sheets today are going to be similar to yesterday. You can see that we've, basically, if we take a look here, you can see that mortgage-backed securities are right on that same spot. We did open a little bit worse on the day. However, let me see if I do advanced charts here, what that gives me. It does the same thing. Okay. I'd have to have these set up ahead of time. So, but anyway, it does see, if you take a look here, we were a little bit below, and then retail sales data came out this morning, and it was a little bit weaker than what was expected. It came in at 0.4 instead of 0.6. That's economic data, meaning, hey, if the economy is not doing well, blah, blah. And again, we get very strong, just mini reactions to anything these days. So, but if we take a look here at the 10-year treasury yield, we're at 4.67. Yesterday, we were at 4.5 is our best level. And I think that that's basically going to be kind of a line in the sand. I don't think we're going to move much on that. So reprice risk on the day today is moderate. Again, I think bonds are going to continue to test this 100.18 level right here. And because of that, I don't think we see much improvement at all. So I think we could actually see bonds go ahead and drift lower on the day. I wanted to see if I could set the color ahead of time instead of waiting. I don't like this green. There we go. So I think we're going to see bonds can kind of drift lower from here. Remember, we always see this. It's always right. Look at the shape. It goes up, it goes down, right? So we go up, we go down. We go up, we come down. We go up. Now the question is, do we keep going up? And the answer is no. All right. So I don't think we keep going up. I think instead we're going to, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go up. And that's right. I think we go down. So, that's what I think is going to happen here. I don't think we're going to see any improvement on that. So keep that in mind. And I mean, right now we're down 5 basis points. We were down a couple basis points, not enough that it was a big deal, but definitely there. As far as where things go, again, rates are going to remain very much in the range that we see them at now. Let's go ahead. It looks like most lenders did pass along a good portion of the gains yesterday. I think some rate sheets held back a little bit, but not enough to get excited about. Again, the 9th, we were at 7.15. The 7th, we were at 7.14. Yesterday, we were at 7.13. So if this is accurate, if you're using this as your reference point, then the gains did get passed along, because we saw mortgage-backed securities that let me get rid of, I got all these different lines going on here, confusing things. So yesterday we saw mortgage-backed securities that, if you look, hold on, I'm going to bring this on here. So right here, this was the Thursday. Let's make that yellow. There you go. So right here, this was Thursday. This big candlestick right here was Friday. Hold on, I'm going to move the screen up a little bit. Come on. There we go. Hold on, I got to do it here. There you go. All right. So this candlestick right here, this big red candlestick, that was the jobs data on Friday. We basically recovered all of that is what happened. And it brought us back up to kind of that level of where we were at right over here for Thursday. That's kind of that level we're seeing here. I don't know why it always changes. When I revert back, it changes it to that. We want it yellow. So that's about the best it's going to get, y'all. The outlook for the Fed, let's take a quick look at that together. Right now, remember, we're going to have a Fed meeting at the end of the month. This is basically the next big event. It's about 2 weeks away, January 29th. It's the next big event. We're not likely to see pricing rates move much. They're likely to stay within this realm here. I don't think we're going to improve much than where we are today. I think this is the bottom of where we are, and I think we go up another eighth of a point in rate. I think that's where rates are going to do is they're going to fluctuate. Pricing's going to fluctuate. We could see it get a little bit better here, but there need to be some kind of event to bring us there. There's no economic data tomorrow. Monday, markets are closed for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We'll see a little bit of improvement in bonds tomorrow because traders will park money over the holiday, but you're also going to see lenders that are going to price conservatively over the long weekend as well. So I don't think we see much improvement. I don't think we see much happen between now and this Fed meeting. Expectations of any kind of rate cut or rate hike at that Fed meeting are zero. Markets believe rates are going to stay exactly the same. There's no current pricing for rate hikes yet. Although we did see a couple of headlines talking about it yesterday, there's not much. Now, the chances of a rate cut in March, about 25%. So it's not very likely there. In May, that goes up to about 30%. If we do the math on all this, I mean, you're basically at about 40%. That's why it's about 60%. And then the first cut gets a little bit of momentum by June. There's a 40% probability that rates will stay where they're at, the Fed funds rate, that is specifically in June. Markets anticipate we could see a cut by then. And by the end of the year, if we do a quick jump there, there's about a 20% expectation we may not see any more cuts, 40% that we see one cut, and about 40% that we see two cuts or more between now and then. Again, what'll happen is if we see momentum shift and the idea of no rate cuts, we're going to see things happen. I think you're going to hear more talk of rate hikes by the end of February. Not that we're going to see hikes by the end of February, just so you're going to see talk of hikes. All we need to see is another strong jobs report, another strong inflation report. Now, again, we got a relief rally yesterday because of inflation, and that's what gave us this wonderful green candlestick that you see right here. And, that was exciting. But again, it only recovered what we lost on Friday. It was not that big. And if it had gone against us, if inflation came in even a little bit better or a little bit higher rather than what was expected, we would have seen rates take a dump. So I don't question locking on that at all. Ron said, how do I interpret retail sales from today? I didn't really go deep on them. They came in at 0.4 instead of 0.6. Again, a lot of these reports run. I don't put a tremendous amount of stock into them like a lot of others do. I mean, it's one report. How accurate are these reports? I don't see them as being tremendously accurate to get all that worried about one thing. From what I see, my real world results, people are out there spending money. So I'm not too worried about it. It was one report that came in a little bit weaker than expected, but not really, I mean, you can pin it on almost anything. So I know I'm very weak when it comes to support on this. Like we could, there's a lot of people that talk deeper on this. For me, I'm just looking at mortgage rates specifically, and I don't think that any of this stuff's having much of a thing. Ron said he's glad the market's closed on Monday. Yeah. So, all right, my friends. Well, I mean, looking at what we got here again, my advice remains as it has been to go ahead and lock them in. I just don't think that things are going to be better. I said to lock yesterday. I wasn't even really looking to cautiously float and see how far the gains went. I'd rather take advantage of these. I think these are some of the better rate sheets that we're going to see. I think that you're going to see rates trickle back the other direction and creep higher again as we head towards that Fed meeting. I think the Fed meeting at the end of the month is going to push rates a little bit higher. I think specifically when we get to the Jerome Powell press conference, I think that that's going to be what really drives markets to question rate cuts. I think the Fed really has to worry about inflation not getting better. Now, last meeting, Powell commented that they didn't think that inflation was necessarily going to get down anytime soon. And the fact that it did come in a little bit better is probably a good thing heading into the meeting, but I don't have a lot of there. So, and Ron's bringing up a good point where, we're looking at rate cuts, and the Fed has to calculate and concern itself with overall rates as well, and our borrowing. The Treasury cannot afford a rate hike. $9 trillion to be refinanced this year, with a new Treasury Secretary will probably coordinate with Powell. So I get that. And then what Ron's really specifically talking about is the fact that, remember, the Fed funds rate is driving, Treasury yields, and we're going to be refinancing our own debt. So just like you would be refinancing a mortgage from 2.5 or 3% to 7%, same thing's happening with Treasury yields and refinancing that Treasury debt at higher interest rates. So it costs more to service that debt, and that makes it more likely that the Treasury Secretary, that Trump, they're going to pressure Powell, and but I don't know necessarily that Powell is going to give in on that. I really don't. I think that he has to worry about the bigger economy, not just what the U.S. market is going to pay in interest. And the reality is, whatever we pay in interest, we'll borrow more to cover it. So it's not even like we're paying. It's not like we're budgeting our paychecks. So we don't budget. We don't budget. So yeah, I don't think you're going to see 4 cuts this year. I don't think you're going to see 2 cuts this year. In fact, I don't think, right now it's still way too early. We're only in January, but between now and, I'm definitely of the opinion that we're not going to see anything between now and June. I don't think we'd have to see a real change up in the pitch to see cuts by June. So, all right, my friends. Well, that's where we're at as far as mortgage rates. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Make it a great one. Bye-bye.